guys, it's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Yeah, we are back with our intro. I told you guys I wasn't going to disappoint. It's been a minute since we shot a podcast, guys. Well, today we are back. We are back, guys. So, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Twitter and my Twitter followers and everyone that I engage with, guys. You guys actually made this episode possible. A special shout out to Tando Noble, because it's your tweet that actually started this whole interaction. So she tweeted, the way married guys in their 30s cheat is too reckless. Man, LOL. They forced you to get married? Man, LOL, did they force you to get married? Question mark. So basically she's like, yo guys, why are you guys cheating so much? Who forced you guys to get married? Why don't you just stay single, you know? And then I responded, a group of guys went to a boys' weekend away and this topic came out. The truth is they realized very quickly that the women they are dating is not the same person in marriage. I'll stop right there because the deeper I go, the more unnecessary responses I'll attract. Guys, I was trying to avoid people coming there, especially people who are very narrow-minded and turning this into a man and a woman kind of a situation. So, after over 27,000 impressions, 1,000 engagements, and a couple of profile visits and new followers, I decided, you know what? Let's shoot a podcast and answer this question because you can't answer it with 140, 160 Twitter characters. So let's look at some of the responses we got, okay? We've got a couple of people that actually were on. So one person came and said, no person can ever stay the same, especially a woman. Especially a woman. I already know she's about to talk a whole lot of junk. I don't want to hear any more. Not necessarily a lot of junk. I apologize for that use of word, but she's about to already say something that is very feminist. But let's go. Their needs, wants change, which makes them change as a whole. That's the importance of growth, of growing with your partner and getting to know her every day and keeping up with her growth. So basically, it's a man's responsibility to keep up with a woman's growth. You see, these are the type of women that get divorced, that don't end up not getting married because she's under the impression that it's a man's responsibility to grow with a woman. So that basically means as a woman change, a man needs to adapt. That's not how it works. No. So we're going to give this a... wait. Hold on. Let me find this. That's awkward laughter. I don't know. Does this... Yeah, we're gonna give this to that. Does that work? Okay. Somebody said right and laughed at it. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Somebody gave me a toast. I agreed with it. This one here, kind of, I responded to it. It made me laugh a little bit. She says every 7 years, an individual changes. Every 7 years, an individual changes. Where did she come with that number? Every 7 years, an individual changes. Guys, you see, the problem is, I feel like a lot of times when there is something out there and we wanna comment. We comment because we think we know or because we have dated or because I don't even know why we comment sometimes. Guys, unless you've literally experienced it, sometimes just engage. And engaging means you are willing to learn from people who are actually in the situation. And unfortunately, we have people who are not married commenting and then they're saying every 7 years an individual changes. So you want to tell me that my honeymoon phase was supposed to happen 7 years? People change a week after marriage. I'm going to skip that and I'm going to explain what I'm talking about. Somebody said, funny enough, you get pregnant, you gain weight and lose weight, you go through a lot and your partner expectations are high on top. Doesn't lend a shoulder to cry on, adds with cheating. So this is somebody who is clearly going through something really personal and they needed to vent. So yeah, they vented. But I get what she's talking about. We're going to also discuss that. And then somebody again said, if you change, then your man will find a way to deal with that change as it affects him. True? Because to him, you are now not what he ordered. He ordered a wrestler and you became a monk. Okay, so he started well, and then he's like, you ordered a restaurant and became a monk. So I commented on that. I think I said that kind of change is normal. Growth is a personal thing. And yes, it affects your partner, but that does not mean it should happen. The issue is understanding the changes your partner is going through and finding ways to adapt. You know what? Fuck it. Let me shoot a podcast. And this is why you guys are getting a podcast. All right, guys. So let's get to this topic, marriage, relationships. I'm going to mostly focus on committed relationships, on individuals that are living with their partners and they've got kids, even if you're not married, but you're living together in the same house, share responsibilities, and obviously hoping to get married. Maybe finances is the issue, or the topic hasn't yet come up in your marriage. So I'm going to use myself as a reference a lot because it doesn't make sense to use somebody else. And I don't think it's appropriate to bring people's personal life into something they did not ask to be brought into. So let's go. Marriage, making it work. Guys, the reality is this. People are never the same. You're not the same today or tomorrow. There are things that can affect you, and how you react to it is completely different. You know what I always say? I remember when I was living in this house alone and I was doing my podcast, but it was a combat sport podcast and I was doing what I was doing. I didn't need to answer to anybody. I could do this the whole day. I could go upstairs. I could invite anybody. I didn't need to care about anything. And I could do, like I'm saying, literally whatever. So eventually when my partner moved in with me, there were certain things that I expected from her and she expected from me. Now, guys, when I say people change, I was living alone. I didn't even have a helper. I used to clean my own house, cook a 3-course meal, do everything myself. My house was spot clean. I would invite friends over. My house was always clean. My bed was always made. The moment my partner moved in with me, I expected her to do the bed. I expected her to do the dishes. I used to cook, but she started doing majority of the cooking, the cleaning and the washing and everything else. And I just took a back seat and I did what I needed to do. Eventually took a strain on her. And she obviously made that known to me. And I made it also known to her that it was her responsibility as a woman. Now, everyone is going to go like, oh, no, you didn't. Well, yes, I did, because I was the provider at that moment. Yes. You see, the issue is here. When a man is a provider working, there are certain expectations that they have. But the problem now, women can also say, but what if I'm also working? Then we can both agree that, yeah, maybe you can get a helper, maybe you can get somebody to assist, but what if you guys are not earning enough to get somebody to assist? So you see how this conversation drags. So this is where my opinion and perspective on this specific tweet comes from. Guys, people change, okay? You can't, it's impossible to like the same person the same way forever. So, is divorce a possibility? Yeah, it's a possibility. Can you avoid it? There's things you can do. What I have found is this, okay? So my partner tends to get new things that she loves. All of a sudden this year she feels like traveling. 3 months later she feels like focusing on the business. And then she feels like doing this. Then she wants to do fitness. Then she wants to do that. What I always try to do is I try to support her in everything that she wants to do. You see, one thing that I realized after my first failed relationship, which I have 2 daughters from, I realized that women, regardless of whether they are working, regardless of how strong and independent they feel, regardless of how many friends or whatever it is that is going on in their life, they honestly, truthfully want a man that is theirs. They want to be loved and cherished in such a way, like a fragile egg. Now, the issue is what? Men, in order to love you that way, they've got certain expectations. And those expectations and that type of love, unfortunately, just don't balance. So what I've realized in my relationship is what? When you reach a certain age, like with myself, I've got a beautiful fiance. She might not be beautiful for everyone. She might not be everybody's type, but she is beautiful to me. So when I started doing things for me, myself, and it didn't matter what anybody else cared, like when my fiance gains weight, I love it. when she loses weight and she's happy, her happiness makes me happy that she's happy, because then she does so much for herself. You see, I don't allow her negativity to change how I see her. So I remember when she was pregnant, she was complaining about her weight and everything else. And I was just thinking, oh, gorgeous, she's sexy, mama, and I kept being positive and I kept doing that. The thing is what, guys, relationships are about empowering each other. It's about motivating and driving each other. And the biggest thing that drives a relationship is communication. Guys, listen, talk to each other about everything. Your partner needs to be your best friend. I don't understand how people are married and they've got best friends outside their relationship. Nonsense, guys. The only person you should be gossiping to is your partner, okay? The only person you should be wanting to rush home to is your partner. The problem with you guys is what is you got too many friends. And I learned this very early, and my father always used to tell me, in life, you do not need friends. All you need is a few acquaintances, business associates, and that's it, okay? People that, yes, now and then you can invite over to the house for a drink. Why? Because you work in the same office, because you do business together, because your kids go to the same school. But the problem with you guys is you got single friends as married people. You got single friends as people in relationship. And then you're getting toxic advices from people who are in toxic relationship or who are single. And now you're taking those advices into relationship. What me and my partner have decided, because we faced those problems where we also, I felt like she was getting bored a lot, and we decided to go out there and become friends with other married people. We happened to become friends with this couple who were having serious issues. The husband was cheating like hell. The wife was sending nudes to other men. Well, she did it once upon a time. But anyways, not to get into their business, eventually the husband confided in me on a secret that is so damaging that I got very upset about it. I said to him, but you can't do that. The fact that we are friends, me and your wife and yourself, we are couple friends. You can't tell me that type of secrets, because how do I then look at your wife? And I tell my wife everything. When I tell my wife and my wife goes to your wife, what does she do? It becomes a messy situation. So I immediately say to him, we can no longer be friends. Instead of him accepting that decision, he then decided to go to his wife, tell his wife some lies, which led to his wife misleading my wife about certain things, which then started causing problems in our relationship. But luckily, we found ourselves in a place where we did argue, we fought, but we came back and we sat down and we were like, well, hold on. Why are we fighting? Why are we arguing about other people? Look at them. They've got so much shit going on in their relationship. And now they're sitting there smiling and we here arguing when we actually don't have anything going on. We're fighting over them. And we backtracked, we blocked them, deleted them. We wanted nothing to do with them and continued with our life. And that's when we realized that, you know what, guys, it is nice to have friends. It's nice to have people you can invite to baby showers. It's nice to hang out with people and all that, family and all that stuff. But honestly, whether you're religious or not, I think even the Bible says that a man and a woman leave their family and to become one. Guys, to become one. If you don't believe in the Bible, it's not even necessarily about the Bible, just about life. When you leave, you go there to become one, to create your own family, to create your own generation, to create your own ways, your own visions, your own beliefs. You are you going to become the ancestors of these children that you are producing, the children they will produce. So this is now your generation that you are building. So the last thing you need is outside influence. It's bad enough already. You got social media, you got the internet, you got teachers, you got schools, you got friends, you got other people influencing your kids. You got co-workers influencing your partner, yourself. The last thing you need is to bring people into your home to influence you. We literally brought ourselves in a place where, guys, we don't even want people to know what color the curtains of our house is. And if we do invite you to our home, you literally know the part of the home which is the guest section. You know, we don't allow guests into our main bedrooms, into the kids' bedrooms. You know, we don't allow them to use our private space, you know, so that as much as you know us, you don't really know us. Marriage works perfectly when you work together as a partner. Is marriage a 50-50 thing? Hell no. Guys, listen, it's not. First of all, you need to understand your woman is an emotional human being. They need that emotional support. It's our responsibility to be there for them. Guys, there are certain realities that we just need to accept. As a man, we need to provide. If you are blessed enough to have a woman that is working and also bringing in money, yo, good. But it's not something that, if it's what you want, then look for that. But don't go around telling women that's what they need to bring on the table or that's what they need to have. Because it's not about that. Listen, guys, a woman, okay, just as she stands, okay, regardless of education or anything or race, just as she stands, she brings so much value. And this value comes with comfort, with joy, with fulfillment, with completeness. I mean, guys, I've been blessed enough to have delivered 2 of my 4 kids. My newborn was born in the house. And I want to post the video so badly, but you can see my wife's business. I need her permission. Guys, when you see what a woman goes through to make you a father, when you see when you go through the sleepless nights, when she has to wake up to breastfeed the child, and you laying there because you can sleep. You don't have to breastfeed the child. She has to change the nappies while at the same time make sure you've got dinner because you're out there hustling for money, trying to keep your laundry clean. Guys, I know you're going to say not every single woman does this. It's not about that. It's not about doing all that. It's about that a woman, just a woman in general, has so much value that if you are truly a man that understands that, and you attract the nonsense that you create. If you are attracting women that are playing you, using you for money and all that, it's because your character is portraying that kind of thing. The problem with us men is we want these slay queens. You know, I'm using the word slay queens because they've tainted the name. We want them Faith and Katie, you know, them bootylicious babes. We want them Han, and then we want them to be washing dishes and scrubbing pots and wiping the floors and doing lot. Mfet, no. Man, no, Mfet. You can't, Mfet, no, man. You can't wear these, I'm trying to find a Chinese brand sneakers and drive a Lamborghini. You can't, Mfet, you can't. You can't. Man. Guys, back lanes. You see, the thing is there's levels. So if society, if the world, especially with us black men, has made it so hard for us to succeed in life, to have the money, to have these dream women that the society has made us to believe that is what we need. If you are unable to achieve that dream woman, which in the end of the day, when you do eventually achieve it, you realize that it's not all that, and you end up going all the way back there. My niggas, listen. You reach the problem with us is especially as black people, we want to be famous. We don't just want to be rich. We want to be famous on top of it. And then we want a banging chick. Guys, we can't all be famous. Happiness is not fame. Like I know that I feel like I'm digressing, but I'm not. Marriage is not social media. Marriage is not Instagram, posting pictures with the babies. You see all the content I put with my kids, all the happy moments. Guys, those are very little. Those are, that's like 10, 15% of your whole day. The rest of the day, you are cleaning the house. You're trying to make money, pay bills. You're at work. You're tired. For us stoners, you smoke a joint, you're high, you're trying to create moments like, you know, watching movies together, doing things on the weekends. Guys, it's a partnership. You are working together. And your partner can get tired. Something that you guys love doing might be something that they don't love doing anymore. You adjust. You never sacrifice what you love for your partner. You adjust, guys. You don't need to sacrifice shit, because when you sacrifice things, that's when you start holding things again. Oh, I did this for you. Now today you're going to do me like this. No, adjust, guys. Learn to adjust. If something makes your partner uncomfortable, adjust. Find a way to just move away from it. There's literally nothing under this earth that you can't let go. If you truly care about somebody, the problem with us is, you know what, we like to treat relationship, marriages like ordinary things. Like we like to compare it like buying a new car. You can't eat chicken every day. You gotta have a salad here. You gotta have a bit of beef and turkey here. Guys, let me tell you something. If you're the type of man that wants to sleep outside your marriage, talk to your partner. You don't necessarily need to tell your partner, I'm going to sleep out, I'm going to cheat, I'm going to do this. But guys, you need to understand, if that's who you are, we all know cheating is a thing, is a reality, it's there. Guys, there are ways to do things, I'm not going to say with respect, but with a bit of dignity. If we look at the story of, I'm going to try to find the story of this celebrity that he ended up giving the wife STD. You see, now you're bringing STD into your home, you impregnating women outside your home, your side chicks are disrespecting your main chick, calling on your phone at odd hours. Your wife doesn't even have a 27-inch wig. Your fridge at home is empty, but your side chick is being taken to McDonald's. Your wife doesn't even have a car, but your side chick, petrol tank is always full. Nigga, what are you doing? Like, what the f are you doing? No. Guys, cheating is expensive. And if you're going to cheat, you need money. The problem with you is you want a fly hun, you want a slave queen, and you want to cheat on the slave queen with whatever, with no money. And if you do it, guys, look, listen, I've said my piece. I've said my piece. All I gotta say is, guys, if you guys want a successful relationship or a successful marriage, you need to understand it's not about you. Ladies, I know you guys want to be wooed, you want to be taken out, you want to be made feel nice. You're naive. Guys, those kind of ladies are naive. A woman that is ready to settle down understands that you guys need to invest on purchasing a house, invest on having your own cars, invest on your children's future and shit like that. So when you guys are meeting, she ain't wasting your time with her unnecessary problems, okay? If you find her with problems, she is dealing with it on her own. The problem with us is we go into these hot chicks that have these Tembisa chicks that have what Tembisa that have issues, that used to live in Midrand. Now they moved to Santon, then they moved back to Tembisa because of issues. Now they are staying in Maboneng. Yeah, those chicks. The problem is we are going after those kind of women that have so many problems. Their nail technician studio was closed down during the pandemic, and she's got a few clients, so she needs a few equipment. Those chicks. Stop dealing with girls like that. There are good girls out there. They are beautiful girls, okay, that deserve to be taken to Dubai and are actually good wives. Allow a nigga who can afford to take you to Dubai and turn into a good wife. Go after her. Don't be the nigga who can't afford that type of a chick and then you decide to judge her. Guys, we all have our value. We all have our place. We all have our thing. Do your thing. Know your level. Stick in your lane. Stay in your lane. Like, yo, guys, the problem is we're becoming bitter too much, man. We all want to be successful. We all want to live a certain life. We all want to do a certain thing, and it's making us bitter. And that bitterness is giving us very toxic opinions. Marriage is a beautiful thing to have. Is it for everyone? I don't fucking think so. Okay? Guys, if I had to advise you, I would say run. Don't do it. Okay? But there are times where I just feel like, wow, it's a beautiful thing. Having kids is amazing. Guys, you can have children without being in marriage. I know it's a bad advice because the kids need to grow up with both parents. I personally believe that. But whatever, man, make something work. You can be in both your kids' lives without being married. But the problem with you guys is you are too toxic. You want to control people. You want to do things your way. You want things your way. And if it's not your way, then it's not the right way. That's where I'm going to end it, guys. So if you are somebody who is looking to get married, guys, be ready to adjust. Adjust. I promise you, it is so much fun when you adjust for your person, and they show the gratitude, and you guys are just flowing, man. You just become one. You become good friends, best friends. It's no longer even about the sex. It's about nothing. It's about just vibing and just being in each other's presence and taking care of each other, raising your kids and just doing your thing, man. I'm your boy, Uncle P. This is another episode of Uncle P's podcast. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Yay! I'm back. Yeah.